8. Attainment of eternal bliss. Passion for worldly pleasures is a natural impulse of the unrefined human being. However, few people realize that hankering after fulfillment of ever-increasing insatiable desires not only makes one dissatisfied forever but also entraps one's life in a vicious path of irreversible dissolution. It needs to be stressed over and again that the human conscience is complete in itself as a controller of its own body and mind. Every person is the master of his own destiny if he maintains his physical, mental and sentimental activities under proper control and lets her conscience guide him, her to lead a purposeful life befitting human dignity. Modern era has witnessed the worst possible effects of the materialistic life. An insatiable urge for bodily pleasures and luxuries often possesses one's psyche in the latter years of teenage. The visible ill effects of licentious living begin to show up their presence only towards the middle age, because by this time the natural immunity and liveliness of youth start waning. Increasing incidence of physical and mental disorders is therefore a common occurrence these days amongst middle-aged persons. The wastage and loss of vital energy in worldly pleasures also results in untimely deaths in many cases. As stated earlier, maximum loss of vital energy and mental energy occurs in sexual indulgence and eroticism. A controlled and austere lifestyle, on the other hand, leads to a healthy, happy and long life. A thorough and sincere practice of brahmacharya is therefore regarded as a very important part of determined self-control. Jesus Christ remained a brahmachari throughout his life. Many great saints, philosophers, scientists and other talented personalities in India and abroad have set shining examples of glorious lives by practicing brahmacharya. Indian philosophy has characterized brahmacharya as the greatest tapa. The Holy Ved states, Brahmacharyain tapas devma mumupadharate. Meaning, the effects of brahmacharya not only provide mental and physical strength but also open up the path for longevity and victory over death. A shloka in the Chandogya Upanishad even equates the value of brahmacharya with that of the entire knowledge of the four Ved. There is a short story in the Puranas. Once upon a time Kumara, a son of Lord Shiva, asked him about how to attain extraordinary talents and spiritual goals without undergoing the hard and dedicated training of the Gu Yoga as practiced by you. The omniscient Lord Shiva replied, Siddhi Bindu Mahayatne, Kim na Siddhayati Bhutet, Yasya Prasadan Mahima, Mampi Tadraso Bhavati, meaning, one who has adopted complete brahmacharya with devotion, purity of body, mind and character throughout his life, he can become omnipotent on this earth. Lord Krishna's preaching in the Bhagavad Gita states, Yehi samasparshija bhoga ukhyo jan havte. Meaning, sensual pleasures are unstable and desire for practice of these certainly results in the creation of troubles and worries. Therefore you should have a clear and controlled mind and should keep yourself off from such shallow pleasures and attachments. Some of the ancient scriptures of knowledge on the worldly, materialistic subjects and the philosophical and sociological theories of the present century also emphasize the importance of brahmacharya. For instance, Charak Sahita, a treatise on Ayurveda, mentions Satamupasari Samyagastam Parivarjanam, Brahmacharyo Pavsischa Niyamischa Prathagi Vidha, meaning service and support of the compassionate people, abandonment of the tyrants and the practice of brahmacharya along with fasting, righteous thinking and action. These are the key elements of self-development and overall progress. Noted biologist Dr. M.D. Crown has observed one who is devoted to the practice of brahmacharya would not fall sick. The functioning of his digestive system and metabolism remains perfect even in old age and he enjoys a long, healthy and youthful life. A distinguished American naturopath, Dr. B. Lusta, states that the extent and regularity of brahmacharya indeed gives the potential for significantly important activities in life. Great saints and social reformers like Swami Ramtirth and Yogi Aurobindo have analyzed the spiritual and scientific effects of brahmacharya. Their findings are summarized as below. The upward movement of oil in a lamp helps the conversion of oil into light upon ignition. Similarly, the upward movement, through the Sushumna Nadi in the endocrine column, of the vital energy of virya in a brahmachari leads to the conversion of this energy into ojas. Thus the omnipotent sublime energy of pran immanent in virya, which otherwise drains through stimulation and discharge during sexual intercourse, or equivalent excitation of the genital organs due to erotic thinking, remains preserved by a sincere and successful practice of brahmacharya. It then also enriches the body, mind and emotional core of the brahmachari by tremendous potential and supernatural abilities. The supernatural effects of the latent power of virya could be realized by an individual only by scientific adoption of the spiritual discipline of brahmacharya with due dedication. The experimentally perceivable properties of virya are also worth mentioning here. The physical state of virya is semen, a kind of fluidic chemical which contains the germ cells. Its constituents are water, 75%, phosphate of lime, 5%, fats, 4%, protein oxides, 3%, and phosphorus, some phosphates and sodium chloride etc., 13%. The sperm of a man is produced in his spermary and the ovum of a woman is produced in her ovary. A plasma-type essence of virya secreted at these points induces its influence in the form of a magnetic charm throughout the body. The radiance or charm at one's face and in one's overall appearance largely depends upon this influence rather than the physique of his body. The vital effect, called antarvirya in Ayurvedic terminology, of virya is indeed responsible for the perfect manhood in a young man or equivalently, the womanhood in a young lady. Despite advanced research, the biological and medical sciences of today have not been able to discover the fundamental principles behind the origin of virya, although the chemical composition of its physical medium is well known, and so is the fact that a meiotic combination of matured sperm and ovum results in the reproduction of a germ cell which carries the semen in the zygote. The zygote, with the help of the necessary energy provided in the mother's womb, multiplies through mitotic divisions of 1 into 2, 2 into 4 and so on, and gives rise to another living body by generation of specific clones of somatic cells. Thus, the small molecule of length 1600 to 170th of an inch can be regarded as the basic unit of the physical manifestation of consciousness and the carrier or seed of life in this three-dimensional world. The biological, including physiological and genetical, potential of semen is indeed tremendous, and complete unrevealing of its mystery, deciphering the genesis and expansion of pran in virya, is yet beyond the reach of our current knowledge of modern sciences. The ancient yogis, the Indian sages of yore had, through their supernormal acumen, unrevealed the subtle as well as the physical and biological properties of virya without the help of any external instruments. Some of their findings, quoted in the form of shlokas in the Shastric literature, can by now be interpreted scientifically and even be observed in the laboratories. For example, experiments in embryology and developmental biology have shown that the virya, carried over through the zygote, initially resides in the developing brain of the fetus, whence the development of the offspring's body begins through his brain. Ancient Indian experts, yogis and philosophers, state that at the time of birth, major amount, weight of 80 grains of rice, of virya is present in the upper central part inside the brain of the child. This is why a child's nature is pure like that of a mystic of the highest order, and the period of childhood resembles a blissful state of a truly spiritual life. The power of virya in an infant grows rapidly if he is tenderly fed upon the natural foods like the mother's milk, supplemented by the milk of cow or goat in case the mother's milk is not available in sufficient quantity. As the child grows, the quantity and the type of food would change. Extra precaution is needed in maintaining the purity in his food and the surrounding atmosphere. Balanced quantities, in natural forms, of various vegetables, sprouted cereals, fruits and milk provide a nourishing food to the body of a child. However, of far more importance is the development of a child in an adept ambience and the inculcation of refined sanskaras during the formative period of childhood. The Gurukula tradition of the ancient Indian educational system was ideal in the above regard. In this system, the child used to be sent to the ashram of a guru, a spiritually eminent and scholarly talented master, at the age of around 5 years for righteous training and education for the next 20 years. The child's natural tendencies of adaptation and learning by imitation could assimilate the immense austerity and purity of the Gurukula's spiritually charged ambience into his own sanskaras and thus lead to an ideal development of his personality under the noble guidance of the Guru. The span of time, from the age of 5 to 25 years, spent in the Gurukula used to be most important for the expansion and exaltation of the sublime energy of Virya, as Brahmacharya was practiced by every disciple in a natural way during this period in the Gurukula. This initial phase of human life is therefore termed as the Brahmacharya Ashram in the Vedic social system. The age group specified by the great rishis for this phase of life is also remarkable in view of the following scientific facts. During the age group of about 9 to 12 years, the currents of Virya come down from the brain and spread up to the inner center behind the throat and give rise to puberty. It is at this age that the curiosity and or attraction for the opposite sex would begin to occur in the child's mind. Unless supported by appropriate training or psychological background, natural attraction towards the opposite sex and general curiosity about sexual intercourse might cause negative effects in the adolescent minds in some cases. It is at this juncture that extra care becomes crucial to prevent an untimely downward flow of the virya due to abrupt psychological and carnal stimulation. If left uncontrolled, this, although subtle, loss of virya would severely retard the child's vigorous intellectual and sentimental development. It may be noted again that under the Gurukula system of education, a child, having spent 5 to 6 years in a holy environment, till the age of puberty, used to be so finely trained and conditioned that the chances of oozing and vitiation of his virya were annulled. As per the process of natural biological development, the virya in the teenagers flows down through the spinal cord and finally reaches the Mooladhara. The presence of virya in the Mooladhara begins to awaken the sexual desire. This leads to the first testing phase in the practice of Brahmacharya, because a balanced continence of the sense organs and the mind becomes more necessary but also more difficult, unless protected by the strength of character nurtured in a Gurukula kind of system, at this stage. By the age of 24 to 25 years, the biologically functional energy of virya spreads from the Mooladhara to all parts of the body. This diffusion and corresponding inductive influence of virya is illustrated in the following shloka. Yatha pyasi sarpistu, gudasya raso yatha, evam hai sakal kale sukra tishtati dehinama. Meaning, the existence of virya in a matured body is similar to that of the ghee, clarified butter, in the milk, oil in the sesame seeds, sweetness in the sugarcane, or inflammability in the wood. As mentioned earlier, a thorough observance of Brahmacharya till the age of 25 years or above ensures growth of vigorous and sagacious personality. A scientifically austere development of the mind in such people also endows them with clarity of thoughts, righteousness of character, enthusiastic endeavor and zeal for blissful and progressive life of a responsible, talented citizen and a dignified human being. The pleasure of carnal sex indulgence is momentary and amounts to colossal loss of vital energy. Long-lasting joy can be enjoyed in every action of life if the pran indwelling in virya is cautiously preserved and protected by brahmacharya and is allowed to spread its energy in the entire body through the natural biological process. The normal flow and expansion of virya from Sahasrara to Mooladhar and to other parts of the body up to the age of 25 years is a natural biological phenomenon. However, once it reaches the Mooladhar, the upward movement of virya towards the brain cannot be achieved without brahmacharya and dedicated specific sadhana practices of yoga. Many specialized pranayamas are performed during the practice of Kundalini Jagran sadhana so as to awaken the Surya chakra and use its energy to activate and sublimate the vital element of virya and the impulse of Kam. The subtle current of this virya is then gradually elevated along the Sushumna through specifically guided by an adept spiritual master, practices of higher level yoga and meditation. In this process, if performed methodically and with perseverance, the vital power of virya and the spark of Kam reach the Sahasrara via the other 5 of the Shat chakras. The ultimate absorption of this power in the Sahasrara and the spiritual realization of sublimated Kam educe divine beatitude. This is described in the Vedic scriptures as the state of Brahma Nirvana, absolute salvation. One who attains this state is said to be a perfect yogi who has reached deepest realms of yoga that were mastered by the omnipotent, omniscient Lord Shiva. It is not advisable for ordinary person to take up the awakening of Kundalini or similar kinds of higher level yoga sadhanas. However, realizing the immense potential and vital energy of virya, each one of us can and must begin to critically review our personal lifestyle and take immediate steps to minimize the loss of this unique source of cosmic energy immanent in our own body. Modern social and educational systems should also take a serious note of it and help in the creation of an ambience of self-awareness and self-restraint. A determined continence would not only prevent the oozing and draining of virya and perversion of Kam in every individual but also refine and elevate it by the spiritual force of moral values inculcated since childhood. Protection of the reservoir of the perennial energy of virya indwelling in every cell of our gross body and the cosmic impulse of Kam in our subtle body is the source of unalloyed bliss and ultimate fulfillment. Each one of us could endeavor its attainment by adopting a normal disciplined life inspired and devoted to the noble ideals of morality and transaction of our duties as the privileged children of Supreme Thy Grace.
About the author, Pandit Sriram Sharma Acharya, a seer sage and a visionary of the new golden era. His personality was a harmonious blend of a saint, spiritual scientist, yogi, philosopher, psychologist, writer, reformer, freedom fighter, researcher, eminent scholar and visionary. He pioneered the revival of spirituality and creative integration of the modern and ancient sciences and religion relevant in the challenging circumstances of the present times. In 1979, he founded the Brahmavarchas Research Institute, the research center in Haridwar, India, dedicated to the integration of the modern and ancient sciences in a practical way motivated by the noble goal of health and happiness for all. This center houses well-equipped laboratories of hematology, biochemistry, neurophysiology, cardiology, phytochemistry, psychometry, yogiopathy, etc. At the age of 15, January 18, 1926, a great Himalayan yogi, Swami Sarveshwaranandji appeared before him in astral body from the flame of the Deepak lamp and guided him throughout his entire life. The next 24 years of his life were devoted to 24 Mahapurashcharanas, each consisting of the rhythmic recitation, jap, of 2.4 million Gayatri mantra with strictest of disciplines. In 1943, he married Bhagwati Devi, and ever since, the saintly couple dedicatedly pursued the noble mission of spiritual upliftment of humankind. Realizing the potential of inspiring literature and its relevance in the present era of intellectual evolution, He had chosen writing as the principal mode towards uprooting the evil tendencies and blind faith from people's minds and arousing the indwelling wisdom, strength and spiritual bliss. He wrote about 3,000 enlightening books in Hindi on almost all topics concerning human life. He translated the entire Vedic Vangmay, 4 Ved, 108 Upanishad, 18 Puranas etc., in Hindi, elucidating the tradition, style, universality and history of Vedic literature. He also practiced higher-level sadhana on the arduous heights of the Himalayas and established enlivened contact with the rishis of the Himalayas. During 1984 to 1986, he carried out the unique spiritual experiment of Sukshmikarana, meaning sublimation of vital force and physical, mental and spiritual energies. He authored a special set of 20 books highlighting the future of the world and conveying the message of the dawn of the new era of truth during the 21st century. On the 2nd of June 1990, he voluntarily shed his physical sheath. To find out more about Pandit Sriram Sharma Acharya and his spiritual establishment, visit online at awgp.org. Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya is a university envisioned by Pandit Sriram Sharma Acharya to meet the pressing need to impart global education on scientific spirituality and lifestyle with new thought of ethical, moral and spiritual transformation. Visit dsvv.org for more information. English edition of Akhand Jyoti magazine is available online at akhandjyoti.org.
Glossary of terms in Sanskrit from Shastric literature. Agnihotra, Havans or Homam, small-scale yagya that could be performed every day at home. Anahat, non-vibrant, still, unheard, subliminal. Anushtan, determined ascetic endeavor aimed at noble spiritual purpose. Apan Pran, the third sublimated level of the vital spiritual energy. Achar Sanhita, guiding principles, disciplines of moral character. Akash, the etheric expansion in the cosmos. Akash Tattva, the subtlest among the 5 basic constituents, Pancha Tattvas, of nature. This quintessential element, Tattva, is what serves as the etheric expansion of energy waves and what is the medium of omnipresent flow of consciousness. Alapa, continuous vocal musical tune set in a single accent before singing any classical raga. Brahma, absolute truth, knowledge and joy. The eternal expression of cosmic consciousness. Brahmacharya, the discipline of chastity, incorporates piety of character, stability of mind and body for natural avoidance of erotic thinking, carnal desire and sexual indulgence. Brahmacharya ashram, the first phase, until the age of 25 years approximately, of life set, in the Vedic system, for education and ideal development of personality. Brahman, the word Brahman, is a title that represents, without any constraint of caste and creed, a truly learned, altruist person who lives for the welfare of the others and with the moral dignity of humanity. Brahmarandhras, the inlets of the Sahasrara. Chakra, see Shat Chakras. Devta, or Deva, a manifestation of divine powers. Most of the gods worshipped in the Hindu system are referred in the Shastras as the Devta of different Vedic mantras. The Devta of a mantra is the divine source, which inspired the creation of that mantra and which is indeed the core of the cosmic power, of Shabd, focused in the sublime sonic pattern of the latter. Durbuddhi, illusioned, egotist, cruel, and perverted intellect. Granthis, 3 extrasensory nodes along the endocrine column. Jap, repeated rhythmic enunciation of a mantra with meditation. Jap sadhana, jap accompanied by specific spiritual practices. Jiva, the individual self, the manifestation of the soul in a physical body. Jivatma, manifestation of soul in life. Kalash Yatra, a procession in which the kalashas, earthen pots, filled with holy water, after invocation of divine powers in it, is carried on the head. The procession moves with devotional songs and enlightening messages. Karma, one's conduct and deeds as a human being and their intimate linkage with the continuum of infinite movements and activities happening in the ever-expanding infinite domains of cosmos. Kam, the subtle source of sex element, zealous vitality, sublime creativity, joy and emotional exaltation. Kam Shakti, the conscious and bioelectrical power of Kam. Kamdev, the god of Amor. The divine power governing the desires of Kam, including that of sex. Kambij, the subtle seed of Kam. Kamadhenu, a symbolic divine cow whose milk is supposed to fulfill all desires. Kusamskaras, the animal instincts, vices and evil habits and untoward passions that are assimilated in one's nature, character and deeds since the previous births and the earlier part of the present life. Kundalini, also known as the gigantic, serpentine fire, symbolizes the sublime source of absolute life force, vital spiritual energy and the latent reservoir of supernatural powers. Mantra Sadhana, dedicated endeavors and experiments of the subtle science of sound aimed at activating the hidden power of mantras and conjugating the inner force of mind and vital spiritual energy with the omnipresent, subliminal flow of Shabd. Mantrik, an expert of the mantra Vigyan, the science of mantras, Maya, ignorance that binds the soul in worldly attachment. This world is said to be an illusion creation of Maya. Mooladhar, Chakra, see Shat Chakras. Nad, the rhythmic flow of eternal musical sound. Nari, the word Nari implies a neural passage. The terms Ida and Pingla Nari refer to the latent streams of powers connected with the pituitary and pineal glands, described to be the solar and lunar currents of vital energy flowing respectively on the right and the left side of the Sushumna Nari extrasensory canal, of subliminal flow of pran, hidden in the inner core of the spinal column. Nishkam, without any attachment or passion for the results of any action. Om, the self-existent expression of Shabd, described to be the eternal manifestation of thy power and the origin of the existence of energy in the cosmos. Pancha Koshas, the 5 subliminal sheaths of consciousness in Namay Kosha, Pranmay Kosha, Manomay Kosha, Vigyanmay Kosha and the Anandmay Kosha. Pancha Tattvas, the 5 basic elements of the gross manifestation of nature. Namely, Prithvi, solid matter on or inside the earth, Jal, water, liquids and fluids, Vayu, air, Agni, source of fire and energy, and Akash, the subliminal etheric expansion. Param Tapa, supreme tapa of spiritual refinement and ultimate evolution of consciousness. Para and Apra, forms of nature. Para implies the subliminal domain of consciousness immanent in the origin and realization of thoughts, emotions and spiritual faculties. Apra corresponds to the existence and physical manifestation of energy and matter in the universe. Prakriti and Purush. Prakriti, the eternal power of sublime creativity and consciousness, and Purush, thy creator of the universe and the anti-universe. Prana, the life force, the vital spiritual energy. Purashcharana, the highest level anusthana of 2,400,000 jap sadhanas of the Gayatri mantra under distinct ascetic disciplines. Rai and Pran, Shakti and Shiva, or Agni and Soma, synonyms of Prakriti and Purush. Rishis, Indian seers and sages and of the Vedic times. Sahasrara, Chakra, see Shat Chakras. Sanskaras, inherent and intrinsic tendencies. Saptswaras, the 7 basic notes of the gamut of the Indian classical system of music. The 7 eternal notes, Saptswaras, in the natural octave of music are also referred in the Shastras as the 7 heavens in the latent universe, as a symbolizing the sublime levels of cosmic sound. Savitur, the subtle body of the sun. Sadhana, devout spiritual endeavor aimed at inner refinement and elevation. Sadhak, who sincerely performs a sadhana. In this book, the word sadhak would imply a disciple, a devotee who endeavors a sadhana of mantra jap. Siddhi, supernatural power and supramental talent. Sukhasan, in this posture one is supposed to be sitting comfortably with legs rolled round, cross-folded, and erect spinal cord. Shabd, the eternal element of cosmic sound. Shiva and Shakti represent the absolute source and eternal impulse of divine consciousness subliminally present in nature. Shraddha, absolute intrinsic faith that inspires divine sentiments and values. Shruti, the quotes, hymns, in the Veda and other Indian scriptures of yore are said to have been heard, grasped intuitively, by the Rishis and are therefore termed as Shrutis. Shat Chakras, the 6 extrasensory energy nuclei along the endocrine column. The Sahasrara chakra and the Hridaya chakra are 2 such chakras and are hidden respectively in the upper brain and the heart. The Mooladhara chakra is the lowermost, subliminally immanent beneath the lowest end of the spinal in the inner center of the genitals. Swadhyaya and Satsang, enlightening discourses, discussions and study of the sagacious thoughts and glorious works of great personalities on different aspects of life. Tap, tapasya, tapascharya, devout austerity and ascetic endeavors of moral, spiritual refinement. Upasana, devout worship or devotional practice to enable the devotee recall and experience thy presence within and around him. Upatikas, the subtle glands and nerve bundles that are supposed to control the subliminal flow of consciousness. Vak, a pure, true and spiritually sublimated form of Vani. Vani, the word meaning of Vani is voice. It is a manifestation of the physical power of Shabd and is used for vocal expression communication. Vibhuti, virtuous talents, potentials and resources. For example, its expression in the intellectual, emotional, and physical domains of human life is a divine bequest blessed on the human self. Vishwas, unperturbed confidence, inner belief, which leads to, and which is an outcome of enlightened knowledge. Yagya, Agni Yagya, the scientific process, or gross form, of yagya in which specific herbal preparations are sacrificed and sublimated in the fire of some selected sacred woods. Yagya Kunda, Kunda, a specifically designed small pond, pit of clay, for firewoods in which holy sacrifices are made in the fire during a yagya. Yagya Agni, the sacred fire of yagya. Yoni and Linga, these words in common Sanskrit refer to the genitals of woman and man respectively. In the spiritual science of Kam, these correspond to the place of Kundalini and the active core of the Brahmarandhras. Book compiled and translated by Dr. Rajani Joshi. Footnotes. 1. Sadhana, devout spiritual endeavor aimed at inner refinement and elevation. 2. Kundalini, also known as the gigantic, serpentine fire, symbolizes the sublime source of absolute life force, vital spiritual energy and the latent reservoir of supernatural powers. 3. Pancha Koshas, the 5 subliminal sheaths of consciousness in Namay Kosha, Pranmay Kosha, Manomay Kosha, Vigyanmay Kosha and the Anandmay Kosha. 4. Prakriti and Purush, Prakriti, the eternal power of sublime creativity and consciousness, and Purush, thy creator of the universe and the anti-universe. 5. Para and Apra, forms of nature. Para implies the subliminal domain of consciousness immanent in the origin and realization of thoughts, emotions and spiritual faculties. Apra corresponds to the existence and physical manifestation of energy and matter in the universe. 6. Kam, the perennial cause and sublime source of sex energy, zealous vitality, sublime creativity, joy and emotional exaltation. 1. Brahmacharya, the discipline of physical and mental chastity. It incorporates piety of character, stability of mind and body for natural avoidance of erotic thinking, carnal desire and sexual indulgence. 8. Shraddha, absolute intrinsic faith that inspires divine sentiments, virtues and values. 9. Brahmachari, a sadhak, who adopts brahmacharya. 10. Yagya, Agni Yagya, the scientific process, or gross form, of yagya in which specific herbal preparations are sacrificed and sublimated in the fire of some selected sacred woods. Yagya Kunda, a specifically designed small pond, pit of clay, for firewoods in which holy sacrifices are made in the fire during a yagya. 11. Kalash Yatra, a procession, in which the kalashas, earthen pots, filled with holy water, after invocation of divine powers in it, is carried on the head. The procession moves with devotional songs and enlightening messages. 12. Brahmacharya Ashram, the first phase, until the age of 25 years approximately, of life set, in the Vedic system, for education and ideal development of personality. 13. Vibhuti, virtuous talents, potentials and resources. For example, its expression in the intellectual, emotional, and physical domains of life. It is a divine bequest graced on the human self. 14. Durbuddhi, illusioned, egotist, cruel, and perverted intellect. 15. Nishkama, without any attachment or passion for the results of any action. 16. Swadhyaya and Satsang, enlightening discourses, discussions and study of the sagacious thoughts and glorious works of great personalities on different aspects of life. 17. Brahmandharas, the inlets of the Sahasrara Chakra. 18. Brahma, absolute truth, knowledge and joy. The eternal expression of cosmic consciousness. 19. Shat Chakras, the 6 extrasensory energy nuclei along the endocrine column. The Sahasrara Chakra and the Hridaya Chakra are 2 such chakras and are hidden respectively in the upper brain and the heart. The Mooladhara Chakra is the lowermost, subliminally immanent beneath the lowest end of the spinal in the inner center of the genitals. 20. Jivatma, manifestation of soul in life. 21. Yoni and Linga, these words in common Sanskrit refer to the genitals of woman and man respectively. In the spiritual science of Kam, these correspond to the place of Kundalini and the active core of the Brahmandharas. 22. Kambij, the subtle seed of Kam. 23. Nari, the word Nari implies a neural passage. The terms Ida and Pingla Nari refer to the latent streams of powers connected with the pituitary and pineal glands, described to be the solar and lunar currents of vital energy flowing respectively on the right and the left side of the Sushumna Nari extrasensory canal, of subliminal flow of pran, hidden in the inner core of the spinal column. 24. Maya, ignorance that binds the jiva in worldly attachments. The world is said to be an elusive creation of Maya. 25. Devta, or Deva, a manifestation of divine powers. 26. Atmarati, self-processed spiritual sex at sublime level, churning of Kam in self-consciousness. 27. Kamdev, the god of Amor, the divine power governing the desires of Kam including that of sex. 28. Tantra, a tantra deals with the development of specific systems of spiritual energy or mechanisms for direct, fast and high-intensity, physical, impact of the cosmic power of Shabd on specific targets. 29. Shivling, a round, smooth, glowing stone idol of Lord Shiva. 30. Ojas, Tejas and Varchas. Ojas, spiritually empowered vital energy, bioelectricity. Tejas, sagacious, pure radiance. Varchas, divine virtuosity and magnificence. 31. Swadhisthana Chakra, extrasensory energy center deep behind the navel, one among the Shat Chakras. 32. Siddhi and Riddhi, supernatural powers, resources and supramental talents and virtues. 33. Nari, the word Nari implies a neural passage. The terms Ida and Pingla Nari refer to the latent streams of powers connected with the pituitary and pineal glands, described to be the solar and lunar currents of vital energy flowing respectively on the right and the left side of the Sushumna Nari extrasensory canal, of subliminal flow of pran, hidden in the inner core of the spinal column. 34. Bhavsagara, the limitless ocean of worries, sufferings, of the cycle of birth and death, created by Maya and worldly attachments. 35. Nishkama, without any attachment or passion for the results of any action. 36. Swadhyaya and Satsang, enlightening discourses, discussions and study of the sagacious thoughts and glorious works of great personalities on different aspects of life. 37. Brahmandharas, the inlets of the Sahasrara. 38. Brahma, absolute truth, knowledge and joy. The eternal expression of cosmic consciousness. 39. Kam Shakti, the conscious and bioelectrical power of Kam. 40. Chetan and Jar. Chetan represents the subliminal existence, expansion and expressions of consciousness in nature. Jar refers to all the material forms and perceivable manifestations of nature. 41. Kamna, desire, wish, intention, aspiration or ambition in any dimension of life. 42. Ojas, spiritually empowered bioelectricity. 43. Gurukul, schools of virtuous development of personality. 44. The English letters and special symbols used here for the Sanskrit script are in accordance with the International Transliteration Standards.